your boy, Simon Phoenix. This is Shots Fired. What up? What up? What up? Yes. We are right back at it. It's your boy, Phoenix. Shots Fired. What's good? So if you're not familiar with the Sunday night rant, please allow me to elaborate. Sunday night rant is where people send in questions or comments to my inbox on Facebook. You can also get at me at simonphoenixgmail.com. Holla at your boy if you got something that you would like me to rant about. Now, that being said, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the first one is, hey man, why is it that I'm always being shamed for what I like? I was like, that's it? Then under it, luckily for me, it said a link to a post. And then the post had a video of two gentlemen talking about BBWs and your mama BBW. So then I read the comments to this post. And I was like, okay, several comments were in the line of saying, hey, look, your mama's a BBW, therefore you should be fine with dating BBWs. Then other people's stance was, no, the post did not mean that. It was just saying that if you're going to talk bad about BBWs, then you're talking bad about your mama too. Then there was the classic, hey, get healthy and this won't apply to you. Then there was the comment of, doesn't matter because I'm not trying to date my mama. And so on and so forth. All in those realms, right? Those were the main talking points. So now what's my stance after getting a little bit of context? Well, for me, I always look at it like this. Everybody has the right to like whatever the hell they want. That's it. Period. End of conversation. If your stance is, hey, this post is more based around the idea of you shouldn't talk bad about BBWs because you know some. I would say most people have had a conversation with their BBW and fluffier human beings about their well-being. It just is what it is. You are at a higher risk for medical problems. And the kind of problems we talking about is hypertension, the sugar, diabetes by its real name. So I would personally say outside of those things, I say the human body is not meant to carry that much extra weight. So, that is a very sound idea, is to get in shape. Point blank, period. Now, if this is pointed directly at mandom, if it is pointed at men, and you're saying to men, hey, you can't talk bad about fluffy women, well, let's just keep it a buck. Normally, not all, everybody has their personal taste, but normally, most men like a fit woman. And using your mom is a BBW, so you must like them too, as logic is bullshit. Straight up and down bullshit. But like I stated before, no one has the right to tell you what you like no matter what. Your personal preference is your personal preference. That's just what it is. If a woman tells you she want a man that's 6 foot, tall, dark, and handsome, and in good shape, then that's what she wants. You have to respect that. That doesn't mean that the outcome the person wants is going to happen, but you have to respect what they want. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to mind your business. I know it's kind of hard for some of you. I know it's a little difficult, but you may need to take a class in mind your business. Straight up and down. No chaser. Take that. Very bitter. Very bitter. Okay. Next thing on the agenda. Yo, Simon Phoenix, did you catch the verses with 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony? What did you think? Well, so much to unpack, but I'll just do my gloss over, and maybe I'll bring the talented Jovan the Don in, and we'll discuss it in greater detail. Or maybe DJ Blaze, he might be good for that too. But for me, first off, Busy Bone getting angry, throwing shit at people, and then the fight happened. Goofy shit. That's all I'm good to say. Goofy shit. I mean, yo, you could have said what you wanted to say, but you didn't have to throw nothing, bro. Keep, as we say all the time, keep your hands to yourself. And that also means do not throw objects. I ain't going to talk nothing else about it because I had some other thoughts about it, and I don't want to sound like I'm a dirtbag, so I'm going to keep it to myself. But let's just say that was some bullshit. That's the far as I'm going to go and say that was some bullshit. Now, the actual battle itself was very interesting for me because I knew 3-6 Mafia was going to come out with a lot of energy, but the energy that they showed impressed me more than what I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to be energetic, but they really brung a really, really good show, and I have to give them kudos, mad respect for that, because let's just say, you know, when you rocking a crowd, that's some work. So I just want to I want to show them that love. They was really doing their thing. Like, they was really doing their thing, so I was impressed. As far as Bone Thugs and Harmony go, it was exactly what I expected. They came out, did they thug thizzle. I'm going to be honest, though. I felt like 3-6 Mafia might have took this one. And I think Bone had better songs, right? I think their playlist was better. But I think that how 3-6 Mafia approached it was better all around. And so for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going to probably give them the victory. I'm going to let them get that young win. Got to give them that young victory. Definitely nice. Definitely nice. All right, let's get on to the next one. Next one says, yo, Simon Phoenix, what's up with your University of Michigan boys? What do you think they're going to be ranked after the championship game? So since this is being recorded previous to the championship game, the Big Ten championship game is over, I'm just going to cover it that way. But I did want to read your question. So my opinion of it all, man, what can I say? Michigan came out and stomped all over them boys' head. It was bad. I mean, bad. Gave them that work. And now, as a result of where the standings is going to be, it's looking like Michigan is going to be ranked number 2. That means that they're going to have to go against Georgia to make it into the championship game. I think that's going to be a tight fight for Michigan. But I think they have the proper attitude and the momentum going in to pull it off. I think Michigan can do it. If I had to give a score, like if I was forced into it, I'm going to say 21-14 Michigan. That's going to be my guess. I think it's going to be a defensive battle if Michigan wins the game. So that's why I think the score is going to look like that. Hope that answers your question. I am impressed that Michigan got put up to number 2. I would have thought Cincinnati would have been number 2 just based on the fact that they are the only undefeated team in the playoffs. So it seems like they should have been number 2, maybe not quite number 1, but definitely probably number 2. I thought Michigan was going to sit at number 3 and Georgia was going to be number 4, but that's not how it turned out. So I guess that answers your original question as well. So why don't we slide up out of here real quick, get us a commercial break, and then after that, we got a couple more questions we want to run through. All right. We'll be right back. Y'all already know I'm a big fan of my boy Chuck Willery in 2 and 2. Hey, that ain't what you want to hear. That ain't it. That ain't it, Phoenix. That ain't it, baby. Get the commercial together, dog. Get the commercial together, baby. Don't be hitting the wrong stuff. Stock the Bar Vodka, made right here in Michigan. Distilled from Michigan red winter wheat. The red winter wheat provides this drink with one of the smoothest flavors known to man. Stock the Bar Vodka, premium quality. Our motto is smooth taste with a purpose. And now, the official sponsor of Shots Fired Podcast. Stock the Bar Vodka. Pour up a glass. Drink with a purpose.
Yeah, you know what it is. Shots Fired Podcast popping.
Brought to you by Mind Vendor Incorporated in association with Ashy Radio.
Johnny Ray Ray's security team. That's right. The legendary Johnny Ray Ray security team has a service or a plan for you, for your home, for your business, for your auto or boats. That's right. You can get a one-on-one personal security officer to take care of everything you need to protect you from any and all threats. If you need more, we can bring and provide a team of well-trained superstars made by Johnny Ray Ray himself. And don't forget our special deal. Right now, you can get our baby mama protection plan. This includes protection from your home, protection for your business, and protection for your personal well-being. Johnny Ray Ray security team. Better be protected.
Brought to you by Mind Vendor Incorporated in association with Ashy Radio.
Welcome back to Shots Fired with Simon Phoenix.
Yo. So next on the agenda is a very interesting question, I may say, or should say, however it goes. Anyway, next question is Coming to America one of the most important black movies ever? So instantly in my mind was like, yo, you must have been watching Netflix. Now, the reason I say they've been watching Netflix is because Netflix has a program called The Movies That Made Us, I want to say is the correct name of that show. And it's a documentary series going across various movies that had a huge influence on society, especially Western society, pinpointing America. Now, that being said, one of the shows was about Coming to America. Now, I had been watching the show because they had a previous series of the toys that made us, and then they gave insight on how G.I. Joe was made, how Barbie was made, so on and so forth. So I had watched that documentary already, and I liked it. I enjoy that kind of stuff. I'm a little odd like that. So when I seen this, I have been watching and seeing how they made, Friday 13th and what they went through doing it and so on and so forth. So when it got to Coming to America, I was in there. It's like, oh yeah, definitely. This is one of my favorite flicks. So after I got done watching it, I was like, yeah, I never really thought of it as deep as some of the things that they talked about. And so then when your question came across my inbox, I was like, oh yeah, I got a lot to say about that. So I'll leave that to be the last question I answer before I do my comic book questions, since I've been getting a lot of them. I like ending with that because that's ending on a fun note, right? Or for most, kind of. Anyway, so when it comes to Coming to America and it's important to Black America, I would say, yes, it probably is. Based on a lot of things, that it was a huge hit and definitely cemented Eddie Murphy as a superstar. It also was one of the biggest mainstream black movies. And it had old and new guard in black film. You had people that hadn't blown up yet in that movie. You had people that were already stars and we had recognized from things that Black America really were about. Like having James Almost in that movie, most of us knew him from reruns of watching Good Times. So to see him in that flick, you was like, oh yeah. So to see the gambit of black stars and it being a black love story and it being pro-black in the way that no one white was the savior in this movie, and it being a vehicle for someone that Black America genuinely likes as a comedian. All of those things rolled up into one really does say that this movie is probably the pinnacle of black cinema in a lot of ways. And I say that because never before then did you have so many stars on so many different levels involved, behind the camera, in front of the camera. It was crazy to see that and to look back on it and how it was a touchstone in time. It really was something important, even if at the time of us watching it, we didn't see it that way. But now through 2020 hindsight vision, yes, this is one of the most important movies in black cinema and in cinema as a whole. It did the one thing that Black America truly wanted to get across, that there is money in Black America, and the things that you think and tell people about those movies is not true. To be like, black romantic comedies don't really make no money. Yes, they do. They just have to be marketed properly, and they will succeed. Black love stories don't make no movie. Yes, they do. But they have to be done in a way so they can succeed. So, and this movie definitely shows that, I think, and it was the perfect movie at the perfect time with the perfect star. It really highlighted how great Eddie Murphy was. And for a lot of us, it really showed what he could do. We knew he could play multiple characters, but to really watch him do it in this movie, to really get it jumped off of him doing that, and one of the staples of how good of an actor he is. But the way it was done, right? Just like the Jewish guy in the barbershop, how great he did that, and the lines and things and how we say those catchphrases from that movie that, everyone can sing the Soul Glow song. That movie is just that good. Just that good. And I think you got to, tip your hat to Eddie for having that vision and for that to be such a major part of cinema. So yeah, definitely believe that is one of the greatest movies of all time, and definitely one of the greatest black cinema movies of all time. So now let's get on to our last question of the night and our nerdy comic book question. It says, hey, Simon Phoenix, what black superhero do you think is ready for a major movie? So I sat back, I pondered this idea for a minute. I was like, ooh, black superhero major movie, right? So then I had to kind of look at the superhero groups and their major companies, Marvel and DC being the two big companies. And I'm going, in reality, Marvel is doing a better job. So you had a movie pretty much with Falcon through the whole movie, and then you turn around and then Falcon got a TV show. And we've seen Rhodey quite a bit in the cinematic universe, and he's supposed to get a television show. So looking at that, not even going to mention the Black Panther, like that's a gimme. It looks like Marvel's doing a pretty good job with the black superheroes. Luke Cage, just they've been doing their thing over there. So it's really hard to pick somebody who I think is a deserving superhero in Marvel that is black that hasn't been spotlighted yet. So then that pulls me over to DC, and pretty much the only person we got was Cyborg. So Black Lightning has a television show. So as usual, I have to go with my guy then. I mean, Jon Stewart is the perfect person for you to launch the Green Lantern mythos. Now, why do I say that? I say that because he is a Marine, he's an architect, and he's a Green Lantern with a bad attitude. And I think right now that bad attitude or that slight chip on his shoulder is just enough to put him in a reality where he works out perfect. I know there was a lot of talk early for everybody's favorite, Mr. Ilba, the unnecessarily sexiest black guy ever probably, to play it. But I feel like he's a little too old, just a smidgen. I feel like you need somebody that is more Tyrese's age, but not Tyrese. Thinking like mid-30s. You want them to be old enough where it's believable that they could have served as a Marine, but old enough where they have left that life and have been being a Green Lantern for a little while. I think it shouldn't be an origin story. I think we should jump right into the action and get pieces of his life through the activity of the movie we're watching, but not necessarily a origin story. Especially because he was supposed to be a backup Green Lantern. So I think it would be interesting to show him getting the ring, maybe give us a little bit of him and Kilowog interaction, and then give him a major threat that's actually a villain. And I think it should be someone outside of the classic, yo, we want him to go against the Yellow Ring, or yo, we want him to go against someone with a ring in general, like no rings. I think it will be cool for him to go against someone else in the DC universe of villains, to give him a run for his money mentally. I think that would make it more interesting. Not necessarily such a space cop movie, but more of a, I don't know, maybe more of an action adventure would probably work better, in my opinion. But that's just me. That's just me. But anyway, I think that character as a whole should be the guy who gets the next major motion picture as a black superhero. I think that's the guy. I know we're going to get a Black Adam movie. So, you know, we've been getting some representation. That representation. We've been getting it. So, you know, I've been pretty impressed with all of that. That has been working very, very well so far, especially if you're looking at what Marvel's been doing. Like, Marvel's been doing a pretty good job. I would like to see some more Latin superheroes. But I'll tell you this, I would be interested in maybe doing a Green Lantern team up movie, and you give us 3 or 4 Green Lanterns, make it about the core, and make them be in a situation where they have to work together and show the differences as how people use their powers and why. And that would give us a chance to get our first Islamic superhero, and DC could be the first to run to that because they could use Simon Baz. And so I want to say he's like black and Arabic. I might be wrong about his race, so if I am, somebody correct me. But I know he's supposed to be Islamic, and so that would be cool. You know, get your first Islamic superhero out there. Maybe bring one of the female Green Lanterns, have Jon Stewart lead the group. And then, you know, you could either bring us Kyle Rayner, which a lot of us would love to see, or you can bring us Guy Gardner. either one would work, if not both. I think a Green Lantern team-up movie might be the way to go if you're DC. You know, especially if you put most of the narrative around Jon Stewart and him having to get this misfit group of Green Lanterns together, especially if you give us a couple space Green Lantern characters, somebody like Kilowog or something like that. That might work. All right. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Y'all already know, gotta slide up out of here. But as I do, I'm always playing some underground gangster shit. You know, I'm be trying to switch it up, mix it up. So what I thought I would do today would be, I'm going to go and give me a little throwback action just because this is my joint. And my guy was recently nominated for Artist of the Year by one of the local publications. And I hear that he's up for some more awards. So when I start to hear more about the awards, I will let y'all know and give shout outs. Okay. That being said, shout out to DJ Blaze because I heard he was nominated for Artist of the Year as well. So shout out to God. So now let me get some Alfie the Great. I got the juice. That's my joint. Y'all already know how much I love that shit. And I'm gone. Peace.
I came here tonight to play chess. Nobody ever mentioned anything about a sword fight. Master Law, you don't talk, you're gonna...
I got the juice, so I guess I show them the proof. It's all live, I don't wear disguise. You niggas fluke, never change shit, I'm always the same. Yeah, I'm the truth, I give you lines, I got a better design. That's what I do, I got the juice, so I guess I show them the proof. It's all live, I don't wear disguise. You niggas fluke, never change shit, I'm always the same. Yeah, I'm the truth, I give you lines, I got a better design. That's what I do. It's a journey to the top, I'm hoping one of boss make it. I'm looking at you fans like, who the fuck are y'all praising? All is lost like the Holocaust when Germany invaded. Without a burner to his tempo, believing rappers really shaking. Stepping on you ants like a giant that's awakened. You a trapper, not a rapper, why the fuck are you partaking? In this combat of words with bombs detonating. These new niggas is tender like steaks marinating. Food for thought in every line, these boys got me salivating. Like a doctor that really heals, I'm running out of patience. Boxing niggas in, so ain't no escaping. Criticisms out the window, everything is called hating. Fighting is now swag, so every style's taken. I'm writing on the paper to unplug from the matrix. Bring the heat to the booth, these bars can melt glaciers. Niggas out for the count, like down goes face, got the juice. So I guess I show them the proof, it's all live, I don't wear disguise. You niggas fluke, never change shit, I'm always the same. Yeah, I'm the truth, I give you lines, I got a better design. That's what I do, I got the juice. So I guess I show them the proof, it's all live, I don't wear disguise. You niggas fluke, never change shit, I'm always the same. Yeah, I'm the truth, I give you lines, I got a better design. That's what I do. Here's a toast to my conglomerate. You know the oath, we took a step before dishonor, kid. School of them hard knocks, ain't no need for scholarships. Ignoring all the street talk, immune to the politics. Everybody equal here, ain't no need to power trip. Shooters on deck, 50 cals with them hollow tips. Cooking in the lab, the results diabolic shit. Dressing rappers up, leave them stiff like a hieroglyph. It's time I put the squeeze on these lames and the conda grip. Some days I was broken alone, without a pot to piss. 10 toes planted for life, we don't abandon ship. Rappers getting eaten alive, my Jeffrey Dahmer fix. Fast lane, foot on the gas, they ain't no stopping this. No matter where they place me on earth, I built the monument, put an end to the mumbling trap. I'm the apocalypse, I guess it's time I show them my skills and pose my diamond. I got the juice, so I guess I show them the proof. It's all live, I don't wear disguise. You niggas fluke, never change shit, I'm always the same. Yeah, I'm the truth, I give you lines, I got a better design. That's what I do, I got the juice, so I guess I show them the proof. It's all live, I don't wear disguise. You niggas fluke, never change shit, I'm always the same. Yeah, I'm the truth, I give you lines, got a better design. That's what I do.
Shots fired, Simon Phoenix, Alfie the Great. I got the juice, I'm gone.